Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. My name is Terry Morgan. We're here to practice Xingyi. This morning I'm going to cover some more fundamentals. I'm also going to cover the kinds of things that I would look for in judging a form. What I've done up to this point has been mostly instruction for how to do the forms, right? And I'm going to continue to cover that. But what I want to focus on a little bit more this morning is the questions that I would ask, and these are nonverbal questions, but I'm going to verbalize them, of someone that I'm looking at in competition. So I'm sitting over here in a chair and there's a person out here on the floor competing and I'm supposed to give them a score. What am I going to look at? What should I be paying attention to? What might I be paying attention to? And what kinds of things should I disregard? That part of, excuse me, that part of performance and the part of doing something that you know is a foundation for what to pay attention to and what to disregard. So I'm talk about that. I'll talk about the foundations that we have. Before we do all of that, or as we get started with all of that, I'm going to do basic stretches and we're going to do a little bit extended posting practice, a Xingyiquan. Part of what practice, and particularly my own practice, I'm going to say it that way, depends on endurance, stamina. Can you keep going? That's not a trivial question. So, feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight, pull up through the crown of the head, shoulders down, hands circle to the front, back around to both sides, up along the center line, and reach out, ignore the cat, roll over, stretch up, and again. And one more time. Stretch up, elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. This idea of stamina, of staying power, of being able to keep going beyond what you thought you could do, is part of training. 90 seconds, Xingyiquan. Left foot front, right foot back. Left hand front. Check your alignment, check your position. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Sink. Both hands come in. Relax. How'd you feel? It's okay? I was all right. It takes practice. It takes conditioning, both mental conditioning and physical conditioning, to do that. The physical conditioning, keeping the body well placed, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, keeping the body well placed, keeping the stance, making sure that you have the correct position and that your muscles have been conditioned to hold in that position. And it's not a tight hold, it's stay there. So if you're bunching your muscles and trying to hold everything there, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Okay, don't do that. It won't help you. It really won't. You have to relax. Use the stretch through the muscle against the bone to pull the muscle into natural alignment with the bone. Then put your body in the correct position. So I talked about what is the correct position. I'm going to talk about it just for a second, because this is part of what you would be looking at if you were going to judge. Is this good? Is this correct? Is it not correct? What are we doing here? All right, so stance. Where are my feet? Where are my legs? Where's my knee? Which knee is which? Where's my weight? It's all lower body, right? Here. I should be able to pull my front foot back and have it hit my heel. Right foot is my back foot. It's at 45. Left foot, that's one foot. That's two of my feet. That's three of my feet. And pull it back just a little. That's my step according to my feet, my legs. Back leg has 60% of the weight. The angle of the knee is 65 to the floor. Front leg has 40% of my weight. The angle of the leg is 115 to the floor. So I'm back a little bit. I'm not straight. That's 90. Pull it back. If this stance isn't correct, holding Santibu will be a problem. It will. Throwing the weight forward, shifting, leaning back, right? So leaning forward here, leaning back here, is going to change the weight distribution, okay? As we pay attention to body alignment, weight distribution, the ability to bring the movement to completion, and then the ability to add something, some internal effort to the movement, so that an observer, someone else, can see what you intend to do. Now, this is not intent with the idea that I intend to punch this guy in the nose. No, no, that's not that intent. Intent here has a meaning of what is the dynamic that I'm bringing forward? What is the possible application? What is the possible application? So, Bang Chuan, I don't know that I would use Bang Chuan to punch somebody in the nose because I'm lower. I'm not up here. I'd probably use Pao Chuan to do that. I might use Hung Chuan to do that, or Chuan Chuan, right? That comes out here. That understanding where is my range? What am I, if I do Bang Chuan up here, I do not have the ability to bring the energy and the intent that goes behind Bang Chuan to that movement. I don't. I can't. Bang Chuan depends on this right here. If I'm up here, it's not the same. Now, can I twist and go up? Yeah, I can do that. It's not this. Pao Chuan? Chuan Chuan? Yeah. Bang Chuan? Nuh-uh. The intent is in the name. Burst. Bang. Bang. That direct center. I have a balloon, and I have a pin, right? They just pretend I have a pin. Use my thumb, I have a pin. Fingernail, rings, right? I have a pin. Burst. That idea, that intent, isn't specific to a scenario. I have 4 opponents over here, and I have 3 opponents over there, and I have to do this, and I have to do... No. That intent is burst. In thinking about what we're doing, and thinking about the kinds of applications that we have, we can think about, oh, here's a whole litany of different things that could be done. Well, if you do this, then I could do that, I could do this, I could do this other thing, I could do something else here, I could do that, I could, right? There's all sorts of opportunities that could be available. That's not really what I mean when I talk about application. And I'm talking about application in this context. What I'm referencing is the underlying meaning of the movement. So, let's twist. Is it your leg? Is it your knee? Is it your arm? Is it your hand? Is it your wrist? Is it your shoulder? It's twist. I could apply it in different places. That application depends on the intent. Twist. Twist. Chuan Chuan. Twist. Now, my grab and twist, chin-na, is not the same as what I'm doing with Zhuangchuan, this twist, I have an opportunity to think about and pay attention to that idea, twist, that intent. Right? So, twist, Zhuangchuan, Hongchuan. My intent is different. It's a different application too, right? That sense of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking behind the movement has to come through somehow. In everything that I've learned, everything that I've been taught, and the way that I've been taught, it's not about I'm going to do this to this person. That's there, that exists, it's what we have to know about, but it's not what we pay attention to in practice. Because if that's all we ever pay attention to, we don't learn 90% of what we could learn. We don't. Each time we practice, each time we pay attention, Santi Bo, other side, each time we pay attention to what it is we're doing, how we're doing it, what the requirements are for this particular art, and how do we assess not only our own practice, but what someone else is doing. I talked about this at the beginning. I'm going to talk about it right now. That assessment, is this correct? What's correct for me? If you're my student and you're learning from me, there are certain things that I expect you to be able to do. If you can't do them, you're not working at it yet. Right? Maybe you're practicing, but you're not quite there yet. Yeah, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to pay attention to my right foot. Santi Bo. Pay attention to my right foot back here. What's wrong with that? I'll do it this way. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that posture? And why is it wrong? My back foot was at 90. That meant I have to turn my hip so that my lower dantian is here, not over here, right? How can I go this way if I'm not really facing this way? Change the foot. Oh! Right? Here, here. I talked about that body alignment and the idea that, particularly with Xingyi, everything goes together all at once, all at the same time, all in the same direction. So if I've got body parts in a different direction, how can I meet that requirement? I can't. The use of force is not enabled nearly as well. You can use muscle, but that's all you got. You can't connect through the center if the center's over here and you're going this way. It doesn't happen. It's not possible. Okay? That good alignment. Now, I'm going to use this example. I'm trying to think of an example that is going to use a different alignment. And the best that I can come up with right now is here, where I'm going to both sides. And as I step through, my body takes the weight down to both sides. That force here, extended to both sides, yes, this is the focus for my center, and I'm extending out to both sides. This is the focus for my center, and I'm going forward. That difference is probably the only time that I can think of where the lower Tantien, middle Tantien, the body center here is not going exactly the same direction as everything else. In looking at where the balance is, where are the balance points, how does the person, right? I'm here. How does the person move? Is the nature of Xingyi present in the movement? Prompt, sudden, full, complete, direct, well-placed, well-centered, with intent, with the breath, well-coordinated. Lots of things to pay attention to. If we start here, P1. I'm here. Go first one maybe 8.3. I don't give 10s on pretty much anything, so 8.3 is good for me. I could go closer to 9 maybe. Yeah, it's iffy. Depends on the scale. The second one, give or take about the same. Couple of things with the first one, couple of things with the second one that could be better. Several things that were very nice. Timing was good. Placement was good. The strength and the Jin and the energy, Jing, not the same. Could be better. It just, yeah, it's all right. It's okay. That definition has to be part of your own assessment of your own movement. It's not that you got to get up in front of other people and let them judge you and give you a score. You need to be able to do that for yourself so that you can make progress. One more time. me a 9-2 on that one. A little more energy. A little more strain. A lot more paying attention to what I was doing with the force. The physical force, it just not, don't go there. It's physical force, okay? It's physics. It's not magic. It's physics. All right? The physical force, that internal force that we pay attention to. Spirit, Shen, energy, Jing, Yi, mind, intent, Shin, heart. All of those need to be present, and that is part of what we see when we see what I just did. That's part of the difference between the first ones that I did, and I said 8.2, 8.3, give or take, and then I came back and I did another, and I might give that a 9 something. That detail is what we look for. It's not something that shows up because we know about it. It shows up through practice. Repeated practice to develop the skills. This is, and I've talked about this before, I'm going to mention it now, this idea that we have to develop the skills. That it's not rote learning, that I know this fact, now I know it, that's all I need. No, this is, I know this, now I have to practice it so that I can actually do it. That practice, being able to assess what you're doing, objectively as possible. It's a subjective thing, but as much as you can. Here's the checklist. What do I need to pay attention to? What should I be doing? Why? What's the connection? Why is this better than this? Why? I can't go this way. Now I can. You can test that for yourself. You can feel the difference. And once you try that, once you test it for yourself, the recognition will stick. It's just like, no, I can't do it another way. No, that doesn't feel right. Once you get to that point, all of a sudden, and it does happen, it can't happen suddenly. It's a light bulb that goes on and says, oh yeah. Once you have that, and again, it's developmental learning, it's not, oh, all of a sudden I know it. It's, you're practicing one day and all of a sudden you feel it. It's just there. And you're like, that's what, oh, take that moment, take the minute, take the time, recognize it, and then use it. Finding that, developing that skill, and being able to hit the mark is something that we want to be able to do in Xingyi. It's not an accident that I just did that. It's not. It's not an accident. All right. Practice, more practice, more practice. That's pretty much it. What you practice, how you practice, the kinds of things you pay attention to in practice will give you the result. What do you want that result to be? Just put that in your practice. The more we center ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, through the movements, through the things that we do in daily life, and through the things that we work on in practice, that mental, emotional balance, that physical balance, that combination of internal and external force that we use in practice to gain skills and to build stamina, to build that centering that will take us through and into each and every movement is essential to what we're doing. The more we can develop our own ability to assess what we have, if you start looking at it, you'll see it. You start looking at it in the mirror, you'll see it. You start seeing it in everybody else. That person's leaning forward too much. That person's fidgeting. That person. Quiet the mind. Quiet the body. Build the skills to see more than what's physically apparent, so that you can see how a person moves, you can see what goes behind the movement. Develop that skill. Thank you for being here with me today. I appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow. Bye.